It's Sunday. An okay day, quite pleasant. A bit of a breeze, so the audio won't be fabulous, but I'm being plagued by cockroaches. I'm heading off to the supermarket, first going to First Choice to get some Beefeater gin, which is about $42, and at Murphy's it's about $40, and at Liquorland they bumped it right back up to $52 for a 700ml bottle, so quite a range there. Now, problem with First Choice is a lot of times stuff is out of stock, so it may or may not be there, who knows. But however, I'll give it a go. But I had a nasty surprise last night. A couple of, actually 3 different insects confronted me. There's a little one, probably a mini cockroach. There's several different types of species of cockroach. This was a tiny one that sort of crawled up my leg, and even though I sort of lost a bit of sensitivity with my nerves in my leg, I could tell there was something weird going on. And yeah, the little bugger kept going for my legs a couple of times, but I wasn't able to squish him with a shoe. He was too nimble. And then in the bathroom, I was confronted by 2 big black cockroaches. Ugly looking beasts they are. And again, I tried to squash them, and I was a total failure. So Homo sapien compared to cockroach, it's definitely 2-0 in the cockroach's favour at the moment. It's always very quiet on a Sunday here, but I have to also replenish some greens because their use-by date was today. I bought them at Coles, and they didn't smell great even when I bought them. You can tell when they're just not right. The leaves weren't properly formed, and moisture had already started to work, and so they weren't very pleasant to eat. But I got through about 3/4 of the bag. But again, I'm going to be much more selective, I think, with the greens I buy, because this time of year just seems to be really important because they go off so quickly. And you know, I do like to get my leafy greens in my diet. The other greens are really expensive. I mean, things like broccoli and beans, even the old humble beans, are expensive at the moment. So it's the spinach is about the best value, what I can tell. So going to head over there. This is Captain Cook Highway. I'll head across, and no traffic, of course, which is one of the great things about Cairns. So I'll go walk straight across, and I've got a fair chance of making it the other side too. Yep, that's one of the beauties of living in a regional area. Bugger all traffic, so that's good. All the tourists haven't got a clue. They always just follow the pedestrian lights because they don't know any better. But if you live up here, you know that really there's nothing to worry about. So I've got to worry about these cars here though. Yeah, that's a view down towards Cairns Central. Always busy there. See, that was all the traffic I had to worry about. Very, very little. Oh, there's a car coming now, but I'll be able to dodge it, hopefully. Yep, I avoided a pine box. Yeah, it's a nice day. The breeze is actually quite cooling, so I'm not complaining. Well, I passed on the Beefeater because they had both Vickers and what was the other one? A really well-known brand. I just lost it. Anyway, they got those 2 brands, and they're both 38. And I prefer the Vickers, so I'll give it a go. I think the Vickers would probably be full strength. It'll be interesting to see. I haven't got the stats on it, so I'll look it up online and see what the alcohol content is. But I assume that the cheaper ones, down to $33, which the London gin they've got that in stock for $33. So they're better than Liquorland with that as well, because Liquorland tend to charge $35 for that, and I don't know why. They say it's because we're in Cairns, but if it's because we're in Cairns, how come First Choice can charge $33? I think Liquorland are pretty shonky at times when it comes to pricing, but we'll see. Yeah, First Choice is very quiet on a Sunday too, so it's quite pleasant going there. And it's got a big place, a lot of room to get around, and apparently Sunday and Mondays are pretty quiet days, so I'm thinking of getting the Monteith dark beer. I haven't had that for ages, and they've got a decent price on a 24 carton of Monteith, which is 52 bucks, so works out I think about $2.30 per bottle, which isn't too bad compared to what you pay if you bought them individually or in a 6-pack. They really rip you off with 6-packs. You're crazy just buying that much beer. You might as well go the whole hog and get yourself a carton, a slab. That's probably too proper terminology. Yeah, the old hotel looks pretty nice. Nice big balcony. It is quiet here, though. Gee, this is like the height of COVID at the moment. But that's Cairns for you. I'll get back to drinking Guinness eventually. I'm starting to feel better. I had a lot of crap in my system. It takes a while to work itself out. So I've got actual sensitivity in my fingers. It's like a tingling. It's not quite right. So it's annoying. It's not totally debilitating, but it is a bit annoying because my tactile senses aren't quite there for the fingers. And I mean, you use your fingers every day for God knows what, but yeah, many things. So I'm holding up okay. I feel all right. I'll take the direct route back. Always better to be in the shade. The sun's still got a kick at this time of year. Well, got everything I needed. The biggest item though, for me, the most important item, was I got some fly spray. Actually, it's for creepy crawlies, and considering that I've been infested with cockroaches, good timing. I haven't used insect spray for probably 30-40 years, but desperate times require desperate measures, I guess. And I don't think they'll be too impressed with the new Doug with his toxic spray. Hopefully it'll drive the lesson home and stop breeding. I can only hope. But yeah, I was caught behind a woman at the checkout who had a baby, and she was talking to the checkout chick. I thought she was going to bloody move in there. She said it took that long. But luckily someone else came up and served me. Otherwise we're waiting a fair while. You can see it's pretty busy here at PJ's today. Very busy on a Sunday. So they're doing good business. And it's all young guys. Very few women there. So that seems to be what the demographic they're targeting. Well, it seems to be working for them. So these days, if you're running a business, you've got to do everything you can to survive. Well, I might sign off a bit puffed, so I'll just take it easy. I do walk a bit too fast, and it probably adds to the fact that I get pretty pooped. But yeah, I'll cut across here and I'll head back home the shortest possible distance. Oh, it wouldn't be a normal shopping expedition if I hadn't forgotten something. I forgot to get some salad dressing. I've got a little bit left. I've got enough to maybe do a salad tonight, so that's my intention. So we'll go with that. I also intended to do a retrospective on 2020, but I just couldn't get I just didn't have the motivation to do it. I just thought, gee, it's been such a terrible year, and the previous year it was just something I'd like to forget, because yeah, it was disastrous in regards to travel, and disastrous in regard to politics, and of course the media reaction to COVID is another thing. It exposed how hysterical they can be and irresponsible, and the same can be said for a number of medical professionals with the word expert next to them. They certainly didn't cover themselves in glory with some of the absurd predictions of doom and gloom that would make Stephen King blush. Very, very ordinary stuff. The worst one was the guy in in England. The doctor in England who predicted millions of people would die of COVID. I mean, they've tried to make it seem like more have died than actually haven't had because of the way they've categorised deaths. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just everything's so shonky about governments and institutions these days. Pardon me for being a cynic, but I have no trust anymore. And of course, that latest survey about voting, or what voters thought of the media in the UK, in the US, vindicated that particular position. I think people have had a gutful of mainstream media. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.